To truly unlock your inner strength, mastering your mind and controlling your emotions begins with self-awareness. The more aware you are of your thoughts and feelings, the greater control you have over them. Often, we go through life reacting to situations without fully understanding how our emotions and thoughts are driving our behavior. Self-awareness is the key to shifting that dynamic. It's about becoming the observer of your mind rather than being controlled by it. By becoming mindful of your internal landscape, your thoughts, your feelings, and your triggers, you gain the power to choose how to respond in any situation. When you develop self-awareness, you begin to notice patterns in your thinking. For example, when faced with a stressful situation, do you immediately go into panic mode? Or do you find yourself getting frustrated with others in certain environments? Recognizing these patterns is the first step in breaking them. Once you become aware of your automatic reactions, you can step in and change them. Self-awareness helps you detach from your knee-jerk responses and instead gives you the ability to pause and choose a more thoughtful, measured reaction. This doesn't happen overnight, but with practice, it becomes easier to notice when your thoughts or emotions are starting to take control. The more you practice awareness, the better you get at recognizing when you're slipping into old patterns, allowing you to take action before those patterns dictate your behavior. But self-awareness is just the beginning. As you start recognizing your patterns, you begin to understand that your emotions don't define you. You are not your anger, your sadness, or your frustration. These are emotions you experience, not your identity. Learning to distinguish between your emotional state and your true self is empowering. You can choose to observe your emotions without letting them take over. This awareness creates a sense of freedom, because once you realize that you are not at the mercy of your emotions, you can choose how to respond instead of reacting impulsively. The next step is learning how to control your emotions. Emotional control doesn't mean suppressing or ignoring your feelings. It means managing them in a healthy and productive way. This is where practical tools like deep breathing, grounding exercises, and reframing come in. Emotional regulation is not about eliminating emotions, but rather understanding them and responding intentionally. One of the most effective tools to manage your emotions is controlled breathing. It may seem simple, but it is incredibly powerful. When you find yourself in a stressful situation or feeling overwhelmed by anxiety, taking a moment to breathe deeply and slowly can bring you back to center. Deep breathing signals to your nervous system that you are not in danger, shifting your body from a state of high alert to one of calm. This pause helps reset your emotional state and allows you to respond to challenges more thoughtfully. Another valuable technique is grounding. Grounding is all about bringing yourself back into the present moment. When you feel anxious or disconnected, grounding exercises help you reconnect with your body and your surroundings. One easy method is the 5-4-3-2-1 technique. Notice 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. By engaging your senses, you bring your attention to the here and now, redirecting it away from the worry or anxiety you may be feeling. This simple practice brings you back to the present moment, helping you manage anxiety and regain control over your emotions. Cognitive reframing is another powerful tool to manage your emotions and thoughts. When you're faced with a difficult situation, your initial thoughts might be negative or fear-based, such as, "I'm not good enough," or "This is going to fail." Reframing involves changing the way you perceive those thoughts, replacing them with more constructive and empowering beliefs. Instead of thinking, "I'm going to fail," you might reframe it as, This is a challenge, but I'm capable of handling it. By reframing negative thoughts, you shift your emotional state and change the way you engage with difficult situations. Reframing takes practice, but over time, it becomes second nature, and it gives you the tools to control your emotional responses, rather than being controlled by them. All these techniques help you break free from the cycle of emotional reactivity. They allow you to respond to life's challenges with a calm, centered, and confident mindset. With consistent practice, emotional regulation becomes part of who you are. You begin to view difficult situations not as threats, but as opportunities to exercise your emotional control and master your reactions. This shift in mindset is a critical part of unlocking your inner strength. The more you practice emotional control, the more resilient you become. You start to see that no matter what life throws your way, you have the power to handle it with confidence and composure. Mastering your emotions also means building resilience. It's not about avoiding difficulties or challenges, but learning to face them with strength and grace. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, and emotional control is at the heart of building that resilience. When you can stay calm and collected in stressful situations, you strengthen your ability to weather life's storms. You start to trust yourself more, knowing that you can handle whatever comes your way. This process of mastering your emotions, and with it, building your inner strength, is not about perfection, it's about progress. Every time you use one of these tools to regain control of your emotions or react with greater calmness in a stressful situation, you are taking a step closer to your goal of unlocking your full potential. It's not about never feeling anxious or stressed. It's about knowing how to manage those feelings, how to turn them down, and how to keep them from dictating your life. With each step, you are building a foundation of emotional strength that will serve you throughout your journey, enabling you to handle any situation with confidence. True confidence comes from the ability to bounce back from setbacks and use adversity as a stepping stone for growth. Life will always present challenges, and there's no way around that, but what matters is how we approach those challenges. Resilience isn't about avoiding difficult moments. It's about how we react when they arise. When you develop resilience, you start to view difficult situations not as obstacles, but as opportunities to strengthen yourself. It's about developing a mindset that can endure the storms and still find a way to move forward, no matter how tough things get. One of the key factors in building resilience is embracing the belief that challenges are a normal part of life. When you shift your perspective and accept that setbacks are inevitable, you begin to approach them with more grace. Instead of feeling defeated or overwhelmed when things don't go as planned, you start to see them as opportunities to learn and grow. For example, if you face a setback at work or in your personal life, instead of thinking, "I've failed," you could reframe it as, "This is a chance to learn and become better." It's this shift in mindset that allows you to weather the ups and downs of life with strength and determination. Resilience is built over time. It's like exercising a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger you become. And just like in physical training, the challenges you face in life are your training ground. Every time you encounter a difficult situation and handle it with a positive mindset, you are building your emotional resilience. This means that over time, you'll be able to face challenges that once seemed insurmountable with a sense of confidence and calm. This growing sense of resilience gives you the belief that you can handle anything life throws your way. It's the foundation of unshakable confidence. In addition to building resilience, living with purpose is another key to unlocking your inner strength. Purpose acts as a guiding light. It's the reason you get up every morning, the force that drives you to keep going, even when things are tough. When you live with purpose, every action you take becomes infused with meaning. You no longer move through life aimlessly. Instead, you move with clarity, knowing that every step brings you closer to fulfilling your true calling. Living with purpose also means aligning your actions with your values. When you know what matters most to you, it becomes easier to make decisions that are in line with your true self. For example, if your purpose is to help others, you might feel a deep sense of fulfillment when you make choices that benefit those around you. This sense of alignment strengthens your confidence because you know that you are living authentically, true to your values and vision for your life. It's not about meeting the expectations of others or chasing external validation. It's about fulfilling your own sense of purpose. This alignment between your actions and values creates a sense of clarity and direction in your life. When you know what your goals are and what truly matters to you, it becomes much easier to make decisions and stay focused. Even when things get tough, purpose helps you stay grounded and connected to what's important, giving you the strength to move through life's challenges with unwavering confidence. With purpose as your foundation, even the most difficult situations become easier to navigate because you understand that they are part of your bigger journey.